Have you noticed that now there are no history books in our schools? There may be some school districts, because of a degree of independence that they may have and their understanding of history in America and wanting their children to learn and know who they are. But in most of your American schools now, there are no more American history books. No government books, no books on civics. The books we grew up on, we had to learn civics coming up. I remember 10th grade having to have a civics class. I remember the American government class. I remember American history. Why? Because if the kids don't know who they are, if the kids don't know who the nation is or what the nation is all about, they have no means of going forth knowing who they are, what they're supposed to do, what their rights are, their freedoms, because in those American history books, we were taught our rights from the Constitution. By taking that away from our children, they grow up now not knowing that. And so therefore, they're more susceptible to being controlled. And that's the reason why the history books have been taken out. So in order to change a nation, you got to start with the youth. So now they have infiltrated our schools. I mean, from elementary all the way up. Colleges, it's sad now. There can be no kind of Christian, biblical, conservative type of thought. They won't allow it now because the professors are either atheists, they are communists, they are socialists, they are gay, they are Muslims. All five of those are contrary to American thought, and particularly Christianity. And so now the kids don't know who they are anymore. And they're running around trying to figure out, who am I? When I see our young people today, I feel so sad today because it's like they're just a lost generation. But all of this goes back to how they have systematically trained and prepared our kids so that in the next generation, they will embrace socialism and communism. And now a lot of these kids have graduated from colleges that taught this, and they are now in every segment of society carrying this out. You can look at the media every day. You can look at the reporters on TV. They have come out of school being taught socialism in the business world, in law, in government. It's that's why America is divided half and half. That old crowd that came up understanding America is slowly getting old, aging, and dying out. And now you're getting kids coming out of college that didn't have the foundation that we had about what America is all about. Just imagine living in a nation where everybody's equal. Everybody's totally equal. Nobody's homeless. There are no starving children. There are no extravagantly rich people, nor are there any seriously poor people. Sounds real good. I wish that could be the case. But what happens is it impedes those individuals who are gifted to be able to take their gifts and talents and carry them as far as they want to go, to pursue the level of happiness that they want. That means everybody got to, now again, I've always said if people got handicaps, or they are incapacitated, or they are poor and they may need welfare for a few months or a year something before they can get an education or a vocation and get them a job, I'm all for that. But I'm talking about the people in the world that do not want to work. I come back to that over and over again. But that is the vision of socialism. Everybody's equal. Everybody's on the same level. Everybody collectively puts their money in the pot, and we trust the government now to dispense that money where it wants to go. Now just stop for a minute and think, if the government gonna have the right to distribute our wealth, what if the government gets to where they don't like you? What if you begin to protest and speak against the government, and the government gonna have charge without a constitutional law? And we right now a constitutional republic where we got laws and bills of rights. If that's gone, that means a government leader can knock off or kill anybody that dissents against him. And that's exactly what, in a moment later on, I'm going to give you a list of all of these leaders over the years and how many people they have killed in these socialistic, communistic governments. You would be surprised. you would be surprised the number of people have been killed. Why? There's nobody higher than the leader. Nobody higher than him. He's at the top, so he gets to do what he wants. That's the problem in Venezuela right now. The president of Venezuela has taken control of all the food, won't let the people eat, and now the people are starving. They are going to stores and there's no food on the shelves. They can't even get medicine, and children and people are dying every day because one person at the top is making the decision, and there's nobody higher than him. Do we want this for America? Do you really want this for America? Just stop and think about that for a moment. And that's why I'm trying to open our eyes, because when you hear words and the way it's being described today, it sounds real good. But nobody sees what's coming because of what socialism has represented prior to now. But everybody has to be equal, because socialism assumes this. It assumes that everyone is willing to share equally, and that we gonna trust the government to all give us our part. That's what socialism says. No one will go without. It sounds good and it sounds like the perfect world, but socialism does not tell us that you can work hard, possibly make millions of dollars, only to turn that money over to the government. Now that's socialism. Here's American capitalism. This is the system that we are under. The economic system for America is called democratic capitalism. Now you tell me which one's the best after I give you this difference. We determine our market, not the government. The government won't be able to say and go make so many supplies of toilet tissue or what have you. But in American culture, the private sector determines the market. When you see McDonald's and Burger King competing against each other, competition is what's determining the market. When McDonald's make a burger and everybody going to Burger King, it motivates or inspires or gives McDonald's the incentive to come up with a better menu. And it's that competition that dictates the market for us, not us depending on the government, because the government was never made to be manufacturers or producers. They're gonna mess it up. We'll never have enough. But thank God for American business, where people are free to take their talents and their abilities and their skills to go out and get capital or loans to be able to start their dreams, buy their own property, buy their own factory building, and then start making the goods and services that we need for a nation. The government was never intended for that. But that's what happens when socialism comes to the forefront. We get to own our own land. We get to own our own property. We get to take care and own our own money. We can have businesses if we want to. And the government works for us. They don't come in forcing us to pay a lot of taxes, to take more of our money away. Their job is to protect us while we go out there and make our money, and their job is to keep us protected while we do that. That's the difference in socialism and capitalism. I'm Apostle Alton R. Williams. This is your Black America and Socialism Point for today. Go to the bottom of our blog and you will get some more information if you want further details. God bless you.